Hey everyone, hope you're well. We're here today. We're going to take you through like a simulation of what a class will be like when we have the opportunity to come back and train at the dojo. So you'll notice that the mat is marked 6 feet apart, so that's going to give us a good amount of space to do a lot of the work that we're going to be practicing here on the mat safely. Another thing that's important to know is that the class sizes will be limited. We don't have the exact number yet, but once we decide on that, we're going to put out all that information. There'll also be some other guidelines for everyone to follow before we step onto the mat and get back to our training. So today, Luis is here. He's going to help me with this, and again, we're going to keep our distance. He's going to do some of the workouts and some of the drills that we're going to be practicing once we have the chance to get back to what we love doing. Okay? So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to stand up. We're going to bring our heels together, our arms by our sides, stand straight. Please bow. Perfect. Okay. And we're going to start with the warm-up. As always, we're going to start with some jumping jacks. Okay. So let's go ahead and get started with that. Right. Opening up the feet, bringing the hands above the head, closing in. We're going to do about 15 seconds here of jumping jacks. So, do them at your own pace. Make sure that you're actively working and moving the whole way through. Very good, Luis. Let's switch into steel jacks now. So, hands up. Okay. Crossing by the chest, crossing the feet. Very good job here. Good. About 5 more seconds to go here on these jumping jacks. 3, 2, and switch. Let's go Nordic jacks here. Very good work. Arms up, arms down. Keep your posture strong. 5 left. 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Great. Let's go down in a push-up position. And we're going to do push-ups for 10 seconds. We're going to see how many push-ups we can do, the best that we can do. Okay? So let's go ahead and keep that back straight. Very good. Try to keep the elbows in. Make sure that we're working the chest. Good. 3, 2, 1, and let's sit through. You can do either a sit-up or a crunch, whatever you prefer. We're going to make sure that we're doing these workouts within the space that's provided for us, right? Maintaining that distance between the instructor or the other training partners that might be on the mat at the time. 5 left, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Let's get back up to our feet. And we're going to go into a set of regular squats here. So feet will be shoulder width apart. We'll be sitting our hips back into a chair, keeping the back straight, keeping the head up. Trying to keep all 10 of our toes facing forward. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Okay, let's make sure we have enough space. We're going to go ahead and step forward, back, break, fall. Perfect. And we're just going to go into a set of seated break falls from here. So we're sitting up on our butt, chin tucked in, arms straight. We'll fall back and slap the mat palms down. Right? We're going to do 5 here. Ready? 1, good. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Perfect. We're just going to go into a side break fall now. We'll favor the right side. So that means if we're going to the right, we're going towards the street side. The chin is in, the leg is straight, the arm is straight. We'll fall towards that side and slap the mat palms down. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Very good, Luis. Let's switch directions. Other side. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Perfect. Here we're going to be on our back, our hands on our belt. Okay? Try to keep our head up off the ground. Okay? And we're going to go into some egg beaters. Okay? So just circling in. Very good. Okay, strengthening that core, loosening up the hips, working on gaining some flexibility. Good. 5 left, 4, 3, 2, 1, and switch directions to the outside. Very good, Luis. Nice work. About 10 more seconds here on this set of egg beaters. Going to the outside. Great work. 5 table, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Let's go for triangles left and right. Punching the hips up and locking. Very good. Make sure that when we're doing this, we're not rolling up onto our neck, but we're distributing the weight across the back of our shoulders. Great job. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Okay, let's go into a set of bridges only to our right side. So we're going to plant our feet, our hands by our face, and we're bridging to the right, trying to get our hips off the ground and trying to bring most of the body weight onto our right shoulder. Right? So I know that we're not working with a partner right now, but we do want you to imagine as if you are working with a partner, okay? Maybe the situation here is we're mounting, right? We're able to trap our partner's arm, leg, and now we're bridging to bridge and roll out of the turtle, out of the mount position. Good. 3, 2, 1, and let's switch directions to the opposite side. Good. As always, for a stronger bridge, we want to remind you to keep your heels in closer, tighter towards your hips. It's going to help you elevate your hips a little bit higher and higher each time. Good. 5 left, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Perfect. So now we're going to bridge to our left side. We're going to go all the way to the turtle position. Okay. Once we get to turtle, we'll roll back and come back into that prayer position. Okay. So that was 1. Let's go 2. Very good. And back. And 3. Perfect. Okay. Now we're going to go to the opposite side, your right side. Ready to go 1. Strong bridge, tight turtle, and roll back. Very good. And 2. Strong bridge, tight turtle, and roll back. Okay. And 3. Good. Strong bridge, tight turtle, roll back. Okay, let's go back up to our feet here. Once we're on our feet, we have plenty of room. We'll make sure that we're maintaining our distance. We're in our space that's provided for us. We're going to go right into another set of jumping jacks. Okay, let's get started right away, please. Great work here. 5 to go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's switch. Seal jacks. Perfect. So Luis doing an awesome job here. Crisscrossing the feet and the arms. Working on his balance. Good. Let's switch. Nordic jacks. Working on his cardio, getting that heart rate up. Very important for our training. Okay? I know that once we get back, we might not be rolling right away, but we're definitely going to have that cardio ready to go for that day when it comes. Good. 5 left. 4, 3, 2, and time. Perfect. Let's go down in the push-up position. This is going to be our second set of push-ups, so we want you to do a little bit more than you did the previous set. So instead of 10 seconds, we'll be going for about 15 seconds. That'll give you some extra time to maybe do 1 or 2 or 3 extra push-ups than you did the previous set. Great work. Almost there. Very good job, Mr. Luis. Keep in great form. Getting stronger and stronger by the second. Good. 3, 2, 1, and let's sit through for your second set of sit-ups or crunches. Again, this is going to be a little bit of a longer set than that first set, so this gives you the extra time to do a little bit more, to reach for that progress, to reach for that growth, to strengthen that core. Good. 3, 2, 1, time. Let's go back up to our feet. And we're going to go into our second set of squats now. Okay, so we're going to feet shoulder width apart, keeping the back straight, bending at the knees, sitting the hips back. Very good. Good job. Good. 5 left. 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Great job. So we're going to go ahead and back break full, have a seat on the ground. Okay, from here we're going into our technical lift position. So we want you to place your left hand behind you. Okay. And make sure that your right foot is grounded. Okay, and your right arm is above your head in a tight fist position. So clench that fist for me, Mr. Lewis. Very good. Okay. From here we're just going to go ahead and fire off round kicks with our right leg. So let's go 1. Very good. 2. And this is a great exercise to help open up those hips. Ready? 3. Good. Let's switch to the other side. Good. Ready? Go 1, 2, and 3. Perfect. Let's switch back to our original side. Here, your left hand behind you, your right hand up. And we're going to go ahead and go into our technical stand-up. Standing up to a good guard stance. So hips come up, pull the leg back, hands up tight. Good. So again, go 2, hips up, leg back, up to the feet. Very good. And 3. Nice job. Let's do the other side here. Good. Ready to go 1. So you'll notice each time Mr. Lewis raises his hips, he pulls that bottom leg back, stands up to his feet. He has a good stance, good base, good posture, good balance. Very good. Okay, let's go ahead and we're going into our grappler's lift position now. And we're just going to go grappler's lift left and right. Okay? So hips forward. Again, if you're still kind of new at this, we'll encourage you to put your hand behind you, help you raise your hips off the ground to push your weight forward. But if you've been training for a little bit of time, like Mr. Lewis, no problem. We'll try to do it without the hand. Okay, let's go 3, 2, 1, and we're going to switch S positions left and right. So let's swing both feet off to one side, bring our body forward for a stretch. To the other side, forward for a stretch. Great job. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Good. So let's come back up to our feet. This is the last set of jumping jacks. We're going to finish off strong. Okay. Again, get that heart rate up. Get your body moving. Your cardio, important. Your breathing right now, important. These are all things that we expect you to focus on when you return to the mat, when you come back to train. It's not just about getting through the class, right? It's going to be about getting something from the class. Okay, let's switch steel jacks. Good. Switch morning jacks. 3, 2, 1, time. Good. Okay, we're going to go ahead and ask Mr. Lewis to return back to his original position over there, that top corner. Right? Again, the mat is marked, so if we're not sure where that is exactly, just look down at our feet and see one of those marks on the mat. Okay. So from here, we're going to go ahead and stand straight. You'll see the arms by the side again. Please bow. Moves. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to go into some drills here. Okay, and the drills that we're going to focus on primarily are going to be the break fall, the standing break fall, and forward rolls and backwards rolls today. Okay, so we're going to start first with the forward roll. Okay, so Mr. Lewis is going to start down on both knees here. Okay, he's going to have both his knees spread apart as wide as he can. So let's go ahead and open up those knees, Mr. Lewis. Very good. Okay, from here he's going to be posting his right hand down on the ground. Okay, he'll be bringing his left arm through, okay, that space, and he'll be bringing the body forward to roll over his left shoulder. Okay? When he does that, he always wants to try to roll forward in a straight line and end up in a grappler's lift position. Okay, so we'll go back into the original starting position, which will be on both knees. Okay, from here, he's going to go ahead and open up those knees. He's going to place his right hand down, right, on the ground, left arm through, and he's rolling over that left shoulder. Very good. So he'll go ahead and turn around, make sure he has enough space to do another 2. So this time left hand down, okay? Your right hand through the space, rolling over the right shoulder, okay? So each and every time we're going over the shoulder, not the neck, okay? We want to make sure that we protect our neck, right? And we don't hurt it, okay? So from here, left hand down, right hand through, and over that right shoulder. Perfect. So you'll notice that Mr. Lewis, he has a good amount of space to be moving back and forth from one side of the mat to the other, right? And we're going to give him about 35 to 40 seconds to do as many of these as he can, okay? So right now he's on his own. He's trying to improve that forward roll. He should be working both rolling over the right shoulder and both rolling over the left shoulder. So just make sure that when you're doing this, you know, you're not doing so many that you start to get dizzy, okay? So that means if you need to take a little break, right, please do so, right? So, you know, it doesn't sound like a whole lot of time, 35, 40 seconds, but you'll notice that if you do that continuously for that amount of time, you will start to get dizzy. So I want you to be mindful of that, right? It's almost there. We have about 10 or 15 seconds left here. As you see, he's doing a terrific job with each and every one. I see him improving. I see his body moving forward in a straight line. And he's always trying to do his best to finish in that grappling position as we asked. Okay, 3, 2, 1, and time. Perfect. Okay, so let's go ahead and stand up. Good. Very good job here. So the next drill, okay, as we mentioned, is going to be the backwards roll. So we talked about the prime drills being the break fall, standing break fall, the forward roll, and the backwards roll. So now we're going to do some backwards roll, okay? So we're going to go ahead and just turn around for me, Mr. Lewis. Perfect. Okay, now from here, you're going to kind of combine your standing break fall, right? And go right into a backwards roll, right? So he's going to go ahead and he's going to bend at his knees. He's going to sit his butt back, break fall, and roll right over that shoulder. Okay, now once he's down, you can go ahead and have a seat. Go ahead, Mr. Lewis. Have a seat on your butt for me, please. All right? And just go ahead and scoot forward a little bit so you have some room behind you. And we'll just continue to go over that shoulder again from the seated position. 1, good. Now we'll turn around. Good. And we'll roll backwards here from the seated position over that shoulder. Perfect, right? And each and every time, we'll try to make sure that we're mixing it up. We're not just going over the right shoulder, but we're practicing going over both right and left shoulder, okay? And as we did before, we'll give Mr. Lewis about 35 to 40 seconds to practice that backwards roll. And he's looking to make his own progress, his own improvements on this drill as he's practicing within this set. Good job here. Good. 5 left, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Perfect. Okay, so Mr. Lewis is going to go ahead, he's going to stand back up. So we've been mentioning these drills that we're going to really focus on today, which is the forward roll, backwards roll, and the standing break fall. We're going to move on to that standing break fall now. So Mr. Lewis, he'll go ahead and turn and face the wall in front of him. He's got plenty of space behind him. What we want him doing is making sure that his chin is tucked to his chest, his knees bent. Okay? The more that his knees bent, the less of a fall he'll have here. Okay? So let's watch again. Chin in, knees bent, and he falls back, slaps the mat, palm down. Okay? So one more time. Chin in, knees bent, go back to mat, palms down. Okay, so 30 seconds on this drill. We want you improving that standing break fall. Okay, building that confidence when falling to make sure that your body is in a safe position so that we prevent injury and keep you safe while you're training. Good. 5 left, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Perfect. Okay, so now we're just going to go ahead and add in one more drill to practice, which is probably the most important drill when it comes to training, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu training, that is, within my opinion, and that's the trim. So Mr. Lewis is going to go ahead and he's going to make sure he positions himself where he has plenty of space. We'll go ahead and lay on his back. So notice how one foot will be planted. Okay, he'll extend the right leg for us here, Mr. Lewis. Very good. And he'll use that left foot to push off the ground, bring his hips out, and move his body back. Okay. So let's switch to the other side. Foot planted, hips off the ground. Good. Bring the body back. Good. So right here, as you see, this is exactly the same movement that we would be practicing as if we were doing a knee elbow escape from the mountain or a knee elbow escape from the bottom of the cross-side position looking to replace the guard. So he's got plenty of space. We're going to give him about 40 seconds. And we're looking each time to move the body back, to escape the hips, to get the hips off the ground. Right? When we do that, I want you to think about a good strong bridge on that shoulder, whichever direction you're going to. Okay? That's what's going to help you get your hips out and get your body off the ground. Very good, Mr. Lewis. Nice job here. Okay, last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time. Perfect. Okay, so let's come back up to our feet, Mr. Lewis. Perfect. Stand straight for us. Mr. Luis, should I say. Okay. Hands together, arms by your side, out, push. So, Mr. Luis is doing a terrific job. We're going to continue on, and what we're going to look to do now is just kind of take a lot of the drills that we've been practicing right now and combine them. Right? So that way you can see how each drill kind of complements the other and helps you transition from one thing to the other, from point A to point B to C, and so on and so on. Okay? So we're going to start with the standing break fall into a technical stand-up. So from here, again, chin in, falls back, slaps the mat, comes down. Strong technical lift position, and he stands up. Okay, and he can do this moving backwards in a line, and then come back the other way. Okay, so we're going to have about 30 to 40 seconds, and we'll see how many we can get done here. Again, with each and every rep, we're trying to think about our positioning, our movement, how we're doing the technique. Are we doing it properly? Do we feel strong? Do we feel safe? Do we feel confident in this working for us? These are all things that you should be thinking about as you're drilling and practicing these techniques, these drills, and so on. Very good, about 10 more seconds here. Okay, 3, 2, 1, 5. Perfect. Okay. Let's come back to our original spot for me, Mr. Lewis. Thank you, please. Okay, and now the next drill, okay, or combination of drills, will be the standing break fall, right, into our grappler's lift. Now when we do this, look, we want you to do your break fall, then we want you to have an exaggerated motion of bringing your hips forward to stand back up to your feet, okay? So it won't be just the grappler's lift, it'll be the grappler's lift into standing to your feet, okay? So let's go ahead and get started with that. Big break fall, maybe get an exaggerated motion, and up. Very good, right? Again, Mr. Luis here is on the clock, right? He has his time to practice, he has his time to drill. He has his time to think about techniques and how he's performing them, what he needs to improve on, what he needs to do to progress within his techniques to bring his practice forward. Awesome job here. Again, you see how he's doing a really terrific job of exaggerating that forward motion to bring his hips up off the ground and stand back up to his feet. We love that. And time. Perfect. So let's come back to our original spot again. Perfect. And next drill, next combination of drills, should I say, is going to be the standing break fall again. But now we're going to go into a backwards roll and then a forward roll, and we'll continue to repeat that. So standing break fall, backwards roll, and then forward roll. I want you to try to be smooth with this. Connect all the techniques. Try not to be too clunky when doing it. Okay, let's go ahead and get started, Mr. Luis. Good. Right into that backwards roll and then right into a forwards roll. Awesome. Okay. Right up to the feet and then back into the same combination of drills and techniques. Perfect. You see that Mr. Luis is having a smooth transition with his drills here. Combining them, stringing them together. That's exactly what we're looking to build and do when practicing our training in this manner. All right, a couple more here, Mr. Luis. Keep moving, keep pushing for speed. Very good. Okay, 3, 2, 1, time. Excellent. Good. How you feeling? Good? Alright, he's feeling great, guys. Okay, we love that. So, we got about 2 more sets here of stringing our techniques together. So the next set is going to be the standing break fall. Okay, then we'll go into a backwards roll, and then we'll go into S positions. We'll do 2 on each side, and then we'll do 2 grapplers lift on each side, standing up on the second one. Okay? Break fall, backwards roll. Good. S position, 1. Good. S position, 2. Good. And then grapplers lift 1. Very good. And stand up. Okay. So let's go ahead and repeat that. Very good. Awesome job. Squeeze. We know that it's been some time for some of us. You know, we haven't had the opportunity to train, and once we have that luxury of stepping back onto the mat, you know, it's going to take a little bit of time to feel good again with our movement. But for sure, these techniques, these drills are going to help loosen up the body and get you back into that training shape that we were in before this all started to happen. Okay, 3, 2, 1, time. Perfect. So from here, we're going to do 2 more drills. Okay? The next one is going to be our our shrimp into a technical stand-up. So after you've done shrimp on each side, so one shrimp to your left, escaping your hip that way, and one shrimp to your right, escaping your hip that way, you're going to stand up on the second one, okay? Using your technical stand-up. So let's go ahead and watch Mr. Luis here. We'll start down, make sure he has enough space. Shrimp 1, good, and shrimp 2, and then stand up on that second one. Very good, okay? We're going to make sure we have enough space. Good. 1 foot planted, 1 foot extended, hip out, and stand up. Very good. Good. Awesome job. Good. Hip out, and stand up. Good. 1 shrimp. Good. Second shrimp, and then make sure we get enough room, standing up. Good. 1, 2, and technical stand up. So Luis doing an awesome job here. Perfect. 1, 2, and stand up. Okay, time. So our last drill is going to be to kind of simulate what it would be like to stand up in a closed guard, okay? So we're going to ask Mr. Luis to be down on both knees here, as if he's in someone's closed guard. He's going to place both hands on the ground, bringing them forward. Okay, from here, it's almost as if he's pinning his partner at his or her biceps. He's going to start to bring his head forward. He's going to start to step one leg up, turn the other leg out, and then stand up with his hips forward in a good, strong posture, face position. And repeat back down. Good. And we'll constantly repeat that motion. So 1, 2, and 3 up to the feet. Okay? Perfect. Hands down. 1, 2, and 3 up to the feet. Good. Hands down. 1, 2, and 3 up to the feet. Again, make sure we're in a good posture. We got good strong base. We're standing with our back straight, our knees slightly bent. Head up, we're not looking down at the ground. What we suggest is if you were doing this in class with a partner, pick a spot on the wall. Focus your gaze on that and try to keep your eyes on that the whole time. Not down at your partner. If we're looking down at our partner, that means that our posture is slightly broken. It'll make it that much more easier for your partner to pull you back down into the guard as you're trying to stand, or to sweep you, or to take you over, so and so. 5 to go, 4. Come on, one more here, Mr. Luis. Good, 3, 2, last one, and time. Perfect. So we're going to ask Mr. Luis to come back to the spot. Good. Let's have a seat. Good. All right. Guys, he did terrific today. We really appreciate him coming in, spending his time to do this with us. This is a good example of, you know, doing jiu-jitsu without a partner, and it's a good example of, you know, how we can run a class safely when we first get back. Right now, the hopes are that eventually we'll get back into what we love doing completely, which will be everything, you know, drilling, rolling, all that stuff. But you know, gradually, right? So with a little bit of patience, with a little bit of time, we'll get to that. Okay, but I know that this might not seem as fun as sparring with a partner, but for sure there's some benefit that can come of this to help you with your training, your progress, your growth within the martial arts and within your jiu-jitsu journey. Okay? We hope you guys enjoy. We love you. Have a great time. Os.